'Cause I won't live bend on down.
So have you ever had any like really good games
Yeah.
with Aphex? I keep wanting to call it Aphex Twin.
I mean, that's weird, but I'll understand what you're talking about now. Yeah, man. Did you see how many I've been champion like 9 times with Mirage?
Really?
Yeah. It's survival, man. If you get a good squad, if you get like somebody who's so here's my place, because I'm not great at killing people yet, as much as I really want to be. I'm fair to Midland. Like, I'll get a kill or two, consistently per match, but I'm never double digits or anything like that, like some of these fucking fools.
Yeah.
But if you get somebody who's just a murderer, you're in the gold. The name of your game is just survive. Like, let that motherfucker kill everybody. Just get to the end with them. Like, that's what I've come to realize. So I take the role of, like, if that person's down, I'm on my way to revive or respawn them immediately. Like, I'll be the dude that picks up the slack. Just because I want to survive to the end and build my XP and build my leveling and all that shit. Because it means so much more surviving to the end than how many people you kill.
Yeah.
Like, it looks impressive. Yeah, I have 1,500 kills, but they'll also kind of be at a lower level because they're getting 50 XP per kill, and I mean, that's not going to level you up for shit.
Yeah.
It just looks cool.
I've always had the mindset of like dodging.
Yeah.
Which is basically what that is. Mm-hmm. Like, you just kind of don't get hit.
Yeah.
Like, I remember playing laser tag, and I found this nice, like, hiding, like, corner right next to where the recharge station was. Nice. And I knew that the enemy would come and stake out the recharge station. Yeah. So I sat in that little corner, and anytime an enemy would come to guard our recharge station, I would, like, shoot them. And it took them forever to figure out where I was. It was awesome.
That's incredible. I just had a revelation. Maybe we're meant to be snipers. I never want to be a sniper in these kind of games because it's just like limited action, and you really got to get good at this whole shooting people thing. But I'm not real good at shooting people face to face. Like, I always usually get annihilated. At least if I'm hiding and shooting, the odds of, the game of survival increases, and then, I have no one shooting at me, so the odds of killing this person are slightly better.
I'm a decent sniper.
See, I've never actually even tried. I always run head first, and maybe that's I'm born to be a... Because in Skyrim...
I haven't in Apex, clearly, but because I've played 3 matches.
In Skyrim, that's how I snipe everybody with the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
So maybe I got to carry that over on shooter games.
Welcome to Nerd Cold Underground, everybody.
Oh, no. We started?
Yeah.
Damn, I had a whole song and dance number. Never mind.
You can do it.
I don't want it anymore. It's gone.
I'm sorry.
The urge is in the wind. I'm full Apex Legend mode.
But that's what I do in...
Do they have that in England? Can they play with us?
I think so.
Nah, I don't know if they have PlayStations in England.
I saw that Wakefield's on our friends lists.
Wakefield. Flat Earth Wakefield. Remember when he was Thunderbolt?
I will say... He has not answered my question. I asked him if he was a flat earther, and the best he could tell me was, I didn't think those people existed.
Deflecting.
And you know what? The best trick Satan played on us was convincing us he didn't exist.
Exactly. And if there's one person that we know that's comparable to Satan, it's Chris Flat Earther Wakefield. What a heel turn. Oh, man, he used to be such a good guy in our universe.
He went from the Thunderbolt to the Flat Earther.
Yeah. He's just a creature of deceit.
Wow.
And that's why he's not in Talk Nerdy. He branched off. You know what? This is going to be controversial. But follow me here.
Okay.
Talk Nerdy in Marvel world, maybe they'll still soften the blow. Talk Nerdy is like the Nazis. Wakefield went Hydra. And I did compare them to Nazis just now.
You know what I find funny? We talk more about their show than we do about comic books.
But I think it's building we're building a universe.
I don't think they talk about us as much as we talk about them.
Not as fun. Like they'll shout out and
they'll be like,
well, the fact that you don't even listen to them.
Well, that's true. Every once in a while, I'll like get bored and I'll put on one of them and they'll be like, well, I know Feildmouse really like this.
Yeah, it's really kind words that they have to say about us. Like, no matter how horrendous we speak about them, they never retaliate. We bullied JB into admitting that he is a Comic Crypt tribute podcast.
What's this we stuff, by the way? You bullied JB.
Guilty by association. You're guilty by association. Oh, it's great. And other people who don't know who they are, well, I gotta know. They have to. If you listen to this, you've had to just out of sheer curiosity had to go look. Like, who are these fucking people they talk about?
Listen to Talk Nerdy UK.
So good. We got them listeners.
Chris's Comics.
Yeah.
And
Undead Comic Crypt.
Cast. Whatever it's called.
Undead Comic Cast.
And Gaz's show.
Master of Movies. Fucking Gaz. Gaz gets it. Gaz just knows ignore us and we'll worship you.
That's right.
It's America. Everyone wants to be like the celebrity that the celebrity that ignores common folk. Somebody who seems above us. And the fact that Gaz ignores us, but still interacts. He'll still be cordial and fun and nice online. But he never's like he doesn't listen to the podcast. I'm sure he doesn't.
And I don't listen to their podcast.
I do.
So does that put me and Gaz up on the...
That's why
we're the stars of these shows?
You're respected more than I am.
Dang.
That's for sure. It's okay, though. It's a flat earther.
You're smarter than me, though.
No. I'm just a better liar.
Do you have a lawnmower tattooed on your arm?
No. That's a really shittily done hot rod running over a blonde lady.
Why do you have a hot rod running over a blonde lady?
I mean, so the weather was great today.
Okay. Fair enough. I just now noticed it. And I mean, from here, I was like, that looks kind of like...
It does look like
a lawnmower.
That's how bad it is. That's why it's on the cover-up arm. But, no, it was because the dude that was tattooing me... You know.
Sucked.
Yeah. He was just starting out. But it's a group of ruffians. So if he's like, hey, I need to practice. Sit down. You don't say, nah, that's a bad idea. You do what you're told. So I did what I was told, and I got this tattoo.
Hey, I almost let a pro wrestler tattaoo me, so I understand.
Yours is a better story.
And no, it would have been a better story if I actually went through with it.
I guess. It's not a better story that I went through with it. It's sad. Oh well.
So the blonde lady doesn't represent anyone you know. It's just like his idea.
It's like an old movie poster from the 50s.
Oh.
I couldn't tell you which one, but it came out of a movie poster book.
I see.
Like cult movies or something like that. I don't know. It's one of those generic like teenage hot rod or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
That actually might be it. But who cares? Apex is great though.
Okay.
Not changing. I mean, that's as interesting as that gets.
Apex was the subject we were on, and we changed it
to flat earthers and lawnmower tattoos.
Yeah, we just kind of go with the flow.
I should think of a better story though.
I'll tell you this about Apex. I don't know. It's just a little too high octane for me. Like as far as being able to get into sniping. Like in PUBG, I could snipe because it's just I feel like the map's bigger.
Yeah.
And I'm good at hiding.
You know what? But here's the thing about Apex, because it is a lot like that. You just need to land in the right area, which is like good fucking luck. You know what I mean? I don't know what the magic trick is to that.
It took me a sec, because it was like, because it said, the first time we played, it said that you were
Jump Master.
The Jump Master. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll follow his lead anywhere.
Yeah.
And then it said, you're the Jump Master. And I was like, I don't want to be the Jump Master. I don't know. Fuck. How about this place? And then I saw a button that said, because no one responded, but I saw like 50 people flying over there.
Yeah.
And a button said, relinquish. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. I did, yeah.
And I'm glad like you and the other guy were both on board of, no, we're not going to go there.
Yeah, you want to find the spot that has like the least amount of people. And if you can kind of gauge like in your mind what areas, you start recognizing areas for having higher loot.
Yeah.
And that's, if you can land in one of those areas without anyone else, you're magic. But now I think people are starting to catch on with that, or it seems to be the more popular method lately. So the idea now is to go just like, oh, I forgot this spot existed. Let's go there, because odds are other people did too. And then you just have the advantage simply because you're not running into people. Mm-hmm. And you can like build your weapons and collect all your shit. And then when you square off, then you can annihilate somebody, because you're top tier with like, you know, everything you put together. I've only ever had like those epic situations maybe twice, where I had like all level 3 armor, and I got one of the care packages that came down. I had a full like super modded out some sort of gun. I couldn't even tell you what it was, and I still got killed. But you know,
in my experience with PUBG, once you get the really good stuff, you're gonna die.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it. Maybe that is the case.
Although I was playing once where I just found like a bush.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in the bush, and a guy in a ghillie suit. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
It's basically just like one of those grass-looking suits that hunters wear.
Camouflage kind of thing.
Yeah. He came running in front of me, and he like ran in front of me, and he crouched down and looked around some and had no idea I was right behind him. So I gunned him down and took a ghillie suit.
I think you told me that one before, maybe. You do some crazy things on PUBG.
I tend to just have fun.
Yeah, I still need to try that out, but I'm in such an Apex hole right now.
I wanted to play it so bad today, but my Xbox Live account was shut off.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, that's what's fun about PlayStation as well. You don't need one of those.
That's true.
But I think I like Apex so much because it's still early on. It's not like Fortnite that's on like season 9 or some shit, and you have these people who've been playing for years.
Yeah.
Like Apex, I think just came out like February or something like that.
Yeah. There are some people that play so many first-person shooters though that they are just instantly good at them.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, like,
and I haven't played like online, especially in years. Like I remember when the first time I played online, I played Quake Arena, and this is gonna show my age. It was I didn't know how to play with a mouse. Mm-hmm. I was used to playing the old Doom games, which were all keyboards. Yep. So I went in and I reprogrammed all the keyboards to fit what I knew from Doom.
Yeah.
And I went into Quake Arena and played, and Scab was with me. It was his game. He was shocked to see that I was much better at it with the keyboard, and did okay. I still lost.
Yeah.
But you know, after a while, I learned how to use the mouse and everything. But like at first,
yeah, that's why I never got into because of that.
I played Quake, and I missed the old Quake that was like Doom. It was like not necessarily a story, but like just a linear thing. I don't like playing with other people. That's what I don't like about Apex is like with PUBG, I can just go in by myself and just fuck around.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
With Apex, you have to have 2 other people with you. And I mean, sure, I could just fuck off. And I did that.
Yeah.
Like I was playing earlier, and I was like, man, whatever, I'm gonna fuck off.
Yeah.
And I fucked off, and I found like 3 like containers, and I got stuff out of it, and then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I better stick with these guys. And so I went back to them, and it was a good thing because like I was the first person to see someone. I got in a fight, I got down, they came out, took out the squad, and then revved me and gave me some heals.
Yeah, I like.
So they have my back.
That's epic when that happens.
And then like so that's why I had their back when like one of them fell, and I revved her, and then she's like, I'm taking a knee, and then she started healing, and so I sat in front of her, and then some dude that looks like the Borderland guy came running at me, and I shot him.
Bloodhound.
And he did not die. He shot me twice, and I died.
Yeah.
I shot him like 8 times, and he did not die.
He probably had a super like fucked up modded shotgun or some shit.
Yeah.
I still can't figure out what weapons are best to use in that game. I'm not there yet. So that's an advantage some people have too. They know what to build, like what's going to do the most immediate damage. I mean, I guess I could look it up online. What's the most effective weapon in
Well, like when we last
Apex?
played, I had like before you got off to come here, I didn't even realize I was carrying a shotgun, but I had a shotgun. And so I was like, well, I guess I'm just shooting at this dude with a shotgun. But he was way too far away for the shotgun to even do much.
Yeah.
And then his buddy came around the corner and sniped us.
I fucking hate that.
I've got just like a fucking ton of texts since we started recording.
Oh, look at you. You just wanted to wait and brag about that. Your beard's looking fantastic, by the way.
Is it?
It really is.
It keeps sticking in my mouth.
Yep. That just got to trim that little piece right there.
Does that just kind of go with the territory?
Yeah, or you just trim right there. That's what I do. A little pair of little scissors.
I'll let Brittany trim my beard.
There you go. It looks fucking great.
Thank you.
You were meant to have a beard.
I got the haircut.
Yeah, you look amazing.
Which, shout out to my barber, Eric, with Revolution Barber and Style, because...
Well, it's a 50% endorsement. I don't know him.
No.
Shut up.
Because I don't have any money this week. So, since, I've been getting my haircut with him for so long, and for the past few weeks, whenever I'd get paid, I'd be like, hey... getting paid this week, do you have an opening? And he's like, I don't have an opening for like 2 weeks because it's graduation season. And so he was like, look, so I called him, I messaged him, we had an appointment, and I messaged him, I said, dude, I'm not gonna be able to make the appointment, I got no money. He said, how about you come on in, get your hair cut, and you can just pay me next week.
No, that's bad.
So shout out to him for doing that for me.
Eric, good job. Now you got my endorsement.
Yeah, see?
You have a 100% endorsement.
That's why I told you to shut up earlier.
Mine was just, I wasn't familiar with the man.
Well, he's good at what he does. If you ever need a haircut, go see Eric at Revolution Barber and Style in Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
It's worth the plane ticket.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yep.
You should see this guy. He looks amazing. Are you cracking into that? I know it hasn't moved since I last touched it.
Jazz saw it and was like, what the hell is this? I said, it's devil's dust.
Yeah. Why don't you chill out, Jazz?
She was like, what? Because, I don't know. She said, that looks fucking crazy.
So do you. I don't know. That's not a legitimate claim. It just was an awesome comeback. I don't know if you look crazy. I might though.
She looks crazy hot.
It's the fat bay people. We're all a bunch of hippies.
There's truth to that.
Yeah,
I told her about the hippie that served us at Fat Bites.
Jesus.
That's what she said.
Really? Yeah. Fucking chick's clueless. Like, just one of those people that just... You don't want to be mean, but it's just, look, like, if it was the end times, you're one of the first to go.
All you had to do was take my order.
That's it. And she's, like, 3 times, Marissa and I have, like, faced her. And every time I'm just like, God, all right.
Because I got the big jerk and it comes in like 2 little sandwiches.
Yeah.
And normally they wrap both sandwiches in one piece of paper. Mm-hmm. Not this girl. She wrapped them separately.
Because that's how she likes it.
I was like, okay, it sounds like a waste of paper, but I'm not going to tell you how to do your job.
Yeah. And as a hippie, you really should want to conserve for the environment. Yeah. Best of luck to her.
Hey.
Let the gods guide her path to Valhalla. I think that's going to be my new thing. Just like really out there. Confusing spiritual things.
Well, I heard something that like some country out there, they're starting to legitimately worship Norse gods again.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I asked my uncle not long ago if I was a bad Catholic because I was like, you know what? You can keep heaven.
I think everybody's a bad Catholic.
That
is a Catholic.
That's for true.
You're either a bad Catholic.
I mean, all the way to the priests. Or you're not a Catholic. They're all fucking terrible. We're all the worst, really. Yeah. But they're all still on the same like imaginary path to heaven. And I said, no, you can keep heaven. And it's like, nah, it's not like ooh, hell, rock and roll. It's not, dude. I want to go to Valhalla. Like, could you imagine a better afterlife than Valhalla? Honestly, you just party and feast and drink and hunt and fight. I'm not the machoist of people, but that sounds way more fun than like anything else.
I kind of like the heaven depicted in the Chronicles of Wormwood.
All right, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I know.
What heaven was there? What was that?
Basically, just everything. Like, if you did good, you ended up in heaven. Didn't matter what you actually believed; you're just there.
Yeah.
And like, cool. He's walking around talking to someone about it, and he's like, And there's even a few Satanists here, you know.
They were still good.
They're not that bad.
Yeah.
And then at one point, and this was hilarious. They come across a suicide bomber.
Oh.
And like he's talking, it's a rabbit named Jimmy, and he's talking. Yeah. That's a different story. And Jimmy's like, "What the fuck do you mean? A suicide bomber made it to heaven?" And he said, "Well, that was part of the package. You know, you do that's part of his beliefs. You do this thing, and then you get to go to heaven with 17 virgins or whatever, or 21 virgins." Huh? And he's like, "Really?" And then like the guy looks over at him and he's like, "Get me out of here! It's not what I wanted." And he opens up the door and it's like 21 like screaming babies like shitting all over themselves and like. And so he's in heaven, but he's in hell.
Yeah.
See what Garth Ennis did there.
Oh, he's a crafty.
What Dreams May Come also has a good depiction of heaven.
I prefer Valhalla to all of it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm never gonna die, so I suppose
they
put that on my tombstone, by the way.
I'm never gonna die. Feildmouse.
Here lies Feildmouse. Begin quote. I'm never gonna die. End quote.
Acid hands.
Born 1981, died 2019.
Yeah. January 2019.
Yeah, I'm dead.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting. In Skyrim,
it's the 1st of June.
Fuck. When did that happen?
Today.
You ass. Oh. That was just racist.
What?
It's because I'm Portuguese. You know we don't get sarcasm.
Wow. I hope our listeners found that joke as funny as we did.
I gotta use that for those little clips now.
Yeah.
That was good.
Those clips are nice.
Sovngarde in Skyrim is their take on Valhalla. So I got a taste of it and I'm into it.
Mm-hmm. Sovngarde.
I want to look into the Norse. I'm gonna believe in the Norse gods. That sounds good, right?
Yeah. I knew a guy. Well, I still know a guy. I suppose I haven't seen him in a while.
But I don't want to go through like the initiation. I did that with Catholicism. I'm good.
I've told you about Larflee's guy.
I've met him. Ryan.
Yeah. I don't know that he believes in the Norse gods, but he definitely does not like people to disrespect them. He thinks that Loki and Thor are disrespectful.
Really? In
the comic books, he doesn't like it when anyone uses the term mythology.
He's a fascinating dude.
He really is.
Let me tell you this. I don't think I ever told you this. I was eating at the Greek deli,
mm-hmm.
You know, Sam's spot.
Yeah.
And Ryan, he walks in with his dad. And I'm sitting there waiting for my food and they sit next to me. And I'm eating there, so I just start eating and I'm like, essentially now I'm having lunch with them.
Yeah.
His dad goes into this like, because he was in Vietnam.
Yes, I know.
And he was like really adamantly telling me about his experience. And I was just like, this is the most surreal lunch I've had. There's a giant Greek, mildly racist guy that isn't really, I mean, he'll
say some racist stuff about the Japanese.
But it's hilarious. Not just them, the Chinese,
yeah.
And, Hispanic. Like, it's not disrespectful in intent, but it's really not for the PC world.
Like vanilla racism.
Yeah. Where he's exaggerating commonalities. But so yeah, it's his place. Obviously he was there and it wasn't the day I expected it to have, but it was fascinating. The stories he had.
I'll tell you this about his dad, and I'm hoping they're not listening.
Oh wow. Well,
because I have respect for his dad. I really do.
Yeah.
But his dad is a fucking psychopath.
Well,
and I mean I know he's been through some stuff.
Yeah.
Like one day he started ranting because we call him Larflee's guy for a reason. Ryan loves Larfleeze. It's one of his favorite characters.
He's
and
that
so
one guy.
We were talking about Larfleeze, and I referred to Larfleeze as Agent Orange.
Yeah.
Which is what they call him sometimes in the comic books. And as soon as I said Agent Orange, though, his dad just started going into a fucking rant. And it was so serious that I was really afraid that he was going to go into flashbacks.
Yeah.
Like, I was glad Justin was there with me, because I was like, okay, we might have to hold this guy down. He hates me. His dad hates me.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess for good reason.
I just smiled and nodded, though. So I think he liked me.
I've had to tell him, that's a lot better than what I did. I told him I wasn't interested in anything he was saying.
Yikes.
I did that.
Yeah.
Like, he was going
to
on
a veteran.
Yeah, well, it wasn't about that. He was going on about something else, and I just looked at him and I said, man, I'm sorry. I'm just not interested in anything you're saying right now. And he got mad and picked up a pillow and started punching it.
What the fuck? Like, so this is a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few altercations. The last time I talked to him, I was more respectful, but he was going on about the president or something, or I don't remember what he was going on about. Like, no, I remember what he was going on about. He was going on about the Me Too movement, and basically saying that, like, you can't do anything nowadays without women, blah 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 blah. And I said, and I'm at work, so I said, look, I cannot discuss this with you right now. And he would go on for a minute, and I'm like, I understand. He said, I'm sorry, I just get mad. I'm like, I understand, but I cannot discuss this with you right now. Yeah. I understand your frustration. I cannot discuss this. And that's all I could tell him, because I didn't want to give him any indication that I disagreed or agreed with him. Yeah. I was just telling him, I cannot discuss this with you. And he finally listened. And it was like the most we connected. And like, there
was a truce for a moment.
Yeah, and as they were leaving, we were like, hey, y'all have a good one. Merry Christmas, because it was around Christmas time. And as soon as I said that, he turned back around and said, and that's another thing. And Ryan was like, no, Dad, come on.
That's another thing. Fuck Santa.
It was fucking funny. The other altercation I had was he came in once, and he walks up to me and he goes, hey, tell me something. How much of what you read on Facebook do you believe? I said, not a thing. Yeah. He said, you don't believe anything you read on Facebook? I said, no, nothing. He said, because I read the other day that Hillary Clinton said this and this about gay people. I said, that doesn't sound right. That sounds like career suicide. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
And he goes, so, like, if someone you knew died and you found out on Facebook, you wouldn't believe it? And I said, I had a friend actually fake his death on MySpace. So I'm like, yeah, I would. If I read if I got on Facebook and I don't know, say Zach Duncan or Ryan Horn posted Jay died.
Oh,
I would be
they're reporting it.
Yeah, I would be shocked.
Yeah.
But I would immediately call you, or go look at Marissa's Facebook or your Facebook.
Yeah.
Someone that I would need corroborating accounts. Like, I can't just go on one person's word anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying I'd be like, fuck that, he's not dead. Oh, I'll be damned he is.
Yeah.
I'd just be like, oh, shit. Really? Let me double check this.
Yeah.
I've had two people fake their deaths on me in my life. One was on MySpace. The other was just in person.
The other was my grandpa.
No. The other was the asshole that, like he stopped picking up his comic books, and like after a month, like
me.
No, it wasn't you. After a month, like, I called, no answer. Next week, I was like, shit, this dude used to come in every fucking week, and now for the first time, he doesn't pick up. Something's wrong. So I emailed. His mom emails back and says he died in a car accident. So we were like, oh shit.
Yeah. I
said, Andrew, this dude died. I can't remember his fucking name. Andrew, this dude died in a car accident. Andrew's
Ryan.
like, holy fuck. It was Ryan. It was Wakefield. And then I call, like, Larry, and I'm like, Larry, so-and-so died in a car accident. Larry's like, holy shit, damn. So I called everyone that worked there at the time he was shopping there.
Yeah.
And we were all just wrecked. We were all crushed. He was a good customer. We knew what he liked.
Yeah.
He was all right. Fast forward about a year and a half. Connie, this was Connie's first week, actually.
Yeah.
Because I go in there. It was my day off, but I go in for something, and he's there. And I see him walking around. And he has this, like, tattoo of lipstick on his neck.
And you went, ghost!
Yeah. He had this tattoo of lipstick on his neck, and that's how I recognize him. I'm like, this guy looks familiar. Is this the dude? Didn't he die? And so when he goes up to ring out, I kind of, like, casually, like, stand behind Connie, as if I'm, seeing how she's doing, and And she said, are you in the system? And he goes, no, I'm not in the system. And I chimed in then. I said, dude, you ought to be. You used to come in here all the time.
Yeah.
And he was like, maybe. And he gave his name. And I kind of edged Connie out of the way and pulled up the name and looked in the notes where I put died in a car accident. And I was like, I heard you died. And he was like, what? I was like, your mom told us that you died in a car accident. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He has not been in the shop since.
He was a fucking ghost. Dude, everything you say you believe, and you have this encounter, and you just said he never came back?
I've had way weirder encounters than that.
Are you joking? That is such a ghost.
Ghost.
I can't even express to you how obviously ghost that is.
But he had come in before when I wasn't there.
Yeah, man, ghosts don't haunt a place once.
He just haunts the place until someone recognizes him, and he's like, fuck.
Did he reopen his box?
No.
Fucking ghost!
He pretended like he didn't shop there.
Ghost!
I don't know.
It's like he's reliving the happiest moment in his life, and that was the first time that he went to Rick's Comic City. The ghost. So every time, that's why he's like, I'm not in the system. Because it's his first trip every time. Try to put your hand through him next time.
So you think like maybe when I told him that, he realized he died and went on to the light?
Well, no. He just like... I don't know how ghosts work.
Plus we've also moved since then.
I'm not a ghost scientist. Exactly. So he's just going to that vacant lot. If we're going to go down there, let's go ghost hunting in that little lot before they build
so like when the library opens...
The library's going to be haunted with this guy.
There was already ghosts in that shop.
Well, he's another one. He's one of them. It's a hot spot for supernatural activity, and never once you thought ghost.
Not for him, no.
Oh my! But he's a ghost. I don't know what's a ghost experience.
You got me wondering it now, though.
But honestly, you piece that puzzle together.
Because we watched him walk out the door.
So, of course, yeah.
He didn't walk through the door.
Well, he doesn't have to. It's not like ghost law that you have to be.
Yes, it is.
I've never read. He
bought new books.
Yeah, maybe you can. It depends what rules are going by.
He's gonna be pissed. He's sitting there
in
that fucking
in the
wrecked
Sixth
building.
Sense. Yeah, the Sixth Sense. They could touch things, couldn't they?
He was able to knock things over.
Well, and
but
that
no one else
girl,
saw him except for the little kid.
The little girl under the bed pushed a box to the little boy, didn't he? Didn't she?
Yeah.
See?
So that was hers.
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know how the science works.
Like you can they can touch their own things. Theoretically.
Well, there's a lot somewhere with just comics on the ground because he disappears. He probably goes back to his parents' house and just keeps adding this to his collection. And they'd never look at his collection because why would they? So it just looks like a lot of comics. Because he lived with his mom, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
Wild.
He's a fucking ghost. Duct tape, Chris Wakefield's a flat earther, and you met a ghost.
It's not the first time I've
These episodes are getting better. It's not the first time, but it's one time you didn't realize, and every sign points to ghost.
It's bugging me that I can't,
What? Sorry it wasn't this apparent before.
Because I have no way to disprove this.
And it was 1.5 years since his alleged death.
Not exactly.
But close enough. So maybe it's like, that's a ghost cycle. He's going to haunt that library.
I remember Connie was like, I'm really glad I was here to see that.
Because she knew it was a ghost.
She does not believe in ghosts.
Well, then she has an excuse for not thinking it was a ghostly encounter.
You're making me think of the dude in the food court at the mall. Did I ever tell you about that?
Yeah, the one that fell down and there was no... Yeah, dude, another ghost. You believe that's a ghost?
I believe that was an angel.
Or whatever it was. But, I mean, come on.
It might have been a ghost.
See?
Might have just been a sneaky old dude.
I don't know, man. He's not Stick. He's not going to move that fast.
It's true. As far as we know.
That's true, too. I'm telling you, man, we don't know how the spiritual bylaws actually work. We haven't read the handbook for the undead or whatever.
So do you think the library is going to be like the library in Ghostbusters now?
Fuck it, I can only hope.
Right.
How do we make proton packs?
neither of us are smart enough to make proton packs.
Oh, we need to make smarter friends.
Yeah.
Will seems like the type who can make a proton. He seems real Egon-y.
Who, Will?
Yeah.
I mean, he is a science teacher.
Oh my god. Yeah, he's Egon.
I mean, he's a science teacher in elementary school, but still.
Yeah.
That's more than us.
Yeah, dude. He can figure it out. He's Egon. I'd give you Venkman. You could be Venkman.
Really?
You're wittier than I am.
Yeah, but Venkman's a con man.
Yeah, you're shifty. I'll be Venkman. I got Venkman then, because I'm shady as hell.
Okay.
And then you're Ray. Unless you want to be... Winston. Which, why not? I mean, come on. Hey,
Winston's just a working stiff.
2019. Like, you know.
I love that Winston's a working stiff.
Yeah. Ray's cool, though.
Ray is cool.
Ray's Dan Aykroyd.
I feel like I, personality-wise, would fit Ray more.
I'm with you.
So other than the con man part, I would be down with Venkman. But
yeah. You got some Venkman wit about you. But, yeah, you're a more noble person. A better human. I'll be Venkman. Now we just need a Winston. We probably could get the guy who played Winston, because all he's doing is the convention circuit.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, man. What are you gonna? We're gonna go play Ghostbusters.
Because he's just a working stiff too.
Yeah, you're Winston.
We can't afford.
I'm always Winston.
You are always Winston.
Oh my God, this can be a thing. You know what? Ryan Horn's Winston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he a working stiff?
Yeah.
What does Ryan Horn do for a living?
Bounty hunter.
Yeah. Bounty hunter on Pez dispensers?
I don't fucking know. He's like an HR person for a place. I don't know.
An HR person for Pez dispensers?
Maybe not even HR. Maybe it's like a processing intern. I don't know. Male prostitute. It's summertime, so he's living in his pool. Like he does not leave his pool every summer.
He has a pool?
Yeah, well, it's a condo.
Oh.
So it's a shared pool, which is repulsive.
Yeah. Just sitting there swimming in pee.
Yeah, that's all you're doing, man. You're swimming in a toilet. It's full of chemicals and bodily fluids.
Yep.
A little bit of water.
Just like our stomachs.
But when I was a kid, I thought sharks could live in it. You ever get scared of the deep end of a pool after seeing Jaws? I did. And logically, I'd always think, it's a pool. I'd know if a shark was in here already.
Yeah.
Like, one's not going to come from the deep just because, like, magically appear.
Yeah.
But no matter what, I still imagined Jaws coming from the deep end of the pool.
I always thought that if I left the water running for too long, that it would empty out the ocean.
You tried, didn't you? You super villain. Is that why Iron Man came to stop you that one night?
Is that like South Park did that? Then they would like Professor Chaos. Yeah, there's an episode where Professor Chaos like turned on some water hoses to try to like waste the Earth's water. And ultimately, just like the local water company just came and said, "Oh, here's the problem," and turned it off.
I know a water guy. I'm not going to tell you who and not tell you where, but I know someone on the inside. Can't help me because it's a different whatever.
I have stolen water before.
Have you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Not as like...
That's so punk.
It was. We tried to be more punk about it.
Yeah.
Like, I was living with... it was when I first moved out of my mother's house. I was living with these three guys, Mike and Robert and Dustin. And
Dustin sounds like a troublemaker.
He was the troublemaker.
I knew it.
But... But there's other stories about him. But he's the one that got the cops called on us.
Fucking, of course, he's a fuck up.
But like,
who is it, Mr. Popular?
Right?
Yeah.
What?
you were checking.
Sorry,
I don't have it. No one gives a shit about me. See,
you are always on your phone. This one time you're not. I'm getting the text, and you got to jump my shit.
I'm sorry. Now I understand how frustrated you get.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so that we, because we were young and stupid. At some point, we got our water turned off. So we just went outside and turned it back on without paying for it. And so they came and like pulled the pipe out of the ground. And Mike had the idea. Like, we had this neighbor who drove a school bus, and the neighbor is one of those dudes that just will talk your ear off if you give him the time of day. So we never talked to him because we didn't want to waste our day.
Yeah.
Well, Mike decided to go talk to him. He figured out his bus route by talking to him. And was like, okay, he leaves at this time in the morning, comes back at this time, so we need to get a water hose and hook it up to his water, and then we can like fill up our toilets with it and our bathtubs and stuff like that. We were straight up going to steal this dude's water.
Wow.
We never did it, though.
I mean, that's punk as fuck.
Yeah.
That's crafty.
We were living in the most disgusting
it just gets more
environment.
Punk rock. Yeah, it just gets more and more punk rock. Yeah. You have a mohawk?
Do
you have a mohawk?
No, that's a more recent development.
Spiky hair?
No.
Blue? No. Any color? Man, come on.
I couldn't afford water.
But fashion.
We weren't eating. We were very poor.
That's when you eat each other. How many roommates have you eaten in your life? 4 for me.
That's why I don't have roommates anymore.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes down to it and you're hungry, it's like I haven't eaten for 4 hours. Someone's got to die.
It's very cat-like of you. I haven't eaten in 4 hours. I am starving to death.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go see Godzilla on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm conflicted because Ryan Horn talks some shit. He was like, it's just a whole movie of people tracking monsters on screens and talking about it. So I kind of hate that. It really looks like a lot of monster fighting from the trailers.
From what everybody else in the world that isn't Ryan Horn says,
yeah,
like the biggest complaint that people have had about it is that there's too much monster.
What? He said there's not enough monster. That fucking little cunt. I don't think he saw it. And I mean it when I say that.
That's what I keep hearing, is that a lot of people are complaining that it's too much monster, and everybody else is like, how is that a thing?
There is no such thing as too much monster.
Yeah, in a Godzilla movie?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't need anything else in a Godzilla movie. Like, if there was a movie that was just 2 hours of constant monster fights, no story.
Yeah.
I'd be so happy. That's all I want to see. Just big monster fights. And you can save on actors and anything. Well, writers, you got to write the fight, obviously, but
just get John Woo. Get the people from Kaiju Big Battle.
Yeah, or break it up. Get different directors. Maybe it's cheaper that way. Have a different director direct each fight.
So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, so I'm going to go see it on Tuesday. That makes me feel so much better.
And then you'll know for yourself.
Yeah, I was worried. Because maybe he was just talking mad shit. Maybe he was talking about the first Godzilla. I don't know. Because the first Godzilla was kind of slow.
Like the last Godzilla?
The one this is a sequel to.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
It was slow, right? There was no that one lacked
I watched
monster.
it twice and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
After watching it the second time, I was like, maybe I'm just not a Godzilla guy. Maybe because I've seen the '90s Godzilla and I liked it, but I liked it because I like Velociraptors.
Yeah.
And they gave us Velociraptors,
essentially.
And but like,
what a fucking weird one.
I don't know. Like, I tried to watch the anime on Netflix, and I just can't really get into it. But I love the last Kong movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
supposedly they're doing a crossover.
Yeah,
Godzilla vs. King Kong, which doesn't make sense.
Why not?
So, how big is Godzilla? Classically, how big is Godzilla? He's as tall as buildings. Right. Knocks him over. King Kong is smaller than that. He's small enough to climb the Empire State Building.
Well, the last Kong movie, though, that's part of this thing, he never makes it to New York.
Yeah, I'm just saying traditionally. Because there was already a King Kong vs. Godzilla, and it was just like, this doesn't make sense for that very reason.
Yeah, but I mean, traditionally, these are old people. They're dumb.
Yeah, that's true.
Rude.
I'm looking forward to Godzilla now. Again.
Yeah.
I was before. I was going to see it anyway, but I was just kind of bummed out when Ryan said there were hardly any monsters.
Did he watch like the first 5 minutes and then say, fuck it, I'm going to sleep?
I don't know, man. He
He
probably went and he was like, oh, I could be in my pool right now. And he left. Because he's a fucking mermaid. Not even a merman. He's a mermaid.
Mermaid?
Yeah. I don't know why he switches when he goes from human to fish. But it's not my business. I respect him and support him. It's his choice. I love it. And I love him.
The last mermaid I talked to wasn't real.
Was that when you were on acid? You had to think about it. The fact, like, yeah, I know we don't have a video element, but his eyes widened slightly and he looked off like he was really having to consider, was I? So yes, you were.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, but for the third, if this does well and they do make a third, how has it done? Anyway, do we know? It's terrible to go up against Endgame.
I have no idea. I haven't been paying attention. I know Endgame, like they're a lot closer to beating Star Wars than I thought they were going to get.
Yeah.
And I mean, I haven't checked in a week, but I'll be surprised if they don't beat Avatar.
Oh, they'll totally beat Avatar.
Like,
but I hope a third movie is they really get wild with it and they bring in Mechagodzilla. Because seeing that in 2019 graphics, would be fucking rad.
That would be cool.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay. My battery's dying. No. Okay. Yeah.
Godzilla heading toward $50 million opening.
Oh, it just opened, didn't it, this weekend, huh?
Yeah.
Got it.
So it looks like it's at least the top movie for the weekend.
Sweet. Cool. But yeah, seeing Mechagodzilla would be phenomenal.
It's like worldwide. Avengers is at number 2 with this is with like 2,697,000, and Avatar is 2,788,000.
They're gonna beat it.
They could very easily. But see, that's what got me was when I saw what Star Wars had gotten.
Yeah.
Like, Force Awakens made $936 billion. Or $936 million.
Okay.
Where Avengers Endgame is behind them with $809 million. But I didn't think it would be. I mean, the big ones before that domestically, Avatar, Titanic, they were like in the 600 and 700 million. So to get up to 9 million, almost $1 billion,
that's fucking crazy. That movie alone, like, pays for a quarter of what they paid for Marvel. Like, just that movie, not to mention everything else they've done.
Yeah.
Like every other movie. Their purchase of Marvel has like paid for itself easily a couple times.
There's a movie called Zyzzyx Road. ZYZZYX Road. That came out in 2006. It has a lifetime gross of $30.
Hell yeah. Profit's profit, right? No, that's not
right.
Profit. Is it? What's gross? You know what other movie I want to see? Brightburn.
I do want to see that.
That looks fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like, they make no qualms, or they don't try to hide it at all. They're like, yeah, this is Superman if you went the other way.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see Brightburn.
Because, I mean, they take the Superman story to a T almost. Like, crashes in a rural farm place and is raised by 2 human parents and couldn't have a kid, and seemingly from another planet, then flies, super strength, laser eyes, all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So because you always see bad Superman as an adult.
Yeah.
But he'd be bad way earlier on if he was bad. So
Yeah.
you would see a kid that nobody could stop wreaking havoc on the world.
Yeah.
Man, that'd be fucking rad. I can't wait. I really want to see that. Marissa's not super into that one, so we should go to that. Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just for not being into Brightburn?
I'm sorry, Marissa.
She said she'd see it, though. But, you know what? She will see it. Because I'll go see fucking Dark Phoenix with her.
You don't want to see Dark? Well, you are a hater. How about I go see Dark Phoenix with her? Come on, Marissa, me and you.
Bleh. Yeah, you guys go. I don't really care for mutants anyway.
I don't have high hopes for this movie, but it's the last one. I saw the first one in theater like 3 or 4 times until my car burned down, and that's true. And so, like, I've been along for the ride.
What?
Yeah, I was on my way to see X-Men for, like, the 4th time when it was my first car. It, like, caught fire on the interstate.
Wow. Okay.
So I've been along for the ride. I need to at least see this last movie in theaters.
I mean, I've seen the X-Men movies, too, but when they changed, when it went to future past, I lost interest there.
It was better.
It was better, but I'm like, all right, I'm hardly invested in this. And then they crossed them over. Like, it was like, what the fuck? But then Deadpool referenced them, so it's like, there's some validity there. Because Deadpool referenced them. I don't know, man. I just don't. Like, I already don't care, and I know Marvel's going to get him back, so it's like, I'm going to wait to experience X-Men when it's great. Ghost!
I mean, it's still like one of those things, like, you know, comic books where you know somebody's going to pick up the story soon. That doesn't mean the story you're reading isn't still good.
I guess that's where we diverge, because I don't think it's even that good.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that.
I mean, Kitty Pryde can't telepathically time travel.
I'm not going to try to defend the bullshit that's in the X-Men movie. They killed Darwin.
Hey! That's
the ghost.
This motherfucker had an experience with a ghost. Hey, your hair looks great. Is it more pastel-y this time around?
It's more faded, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like it. This guy had an experience with a ghost and had no idea until today.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like...
I do not believe he was a ghost.
In his face, obvious... Let me tell the story. He was calling people because they hadn't picked up... He called someone because they hadn't picked up their comic box. You know the story. Calls, mother says, motherfucker's dead. A year and a half later, that guy comes in the shop. And he's like, no, I'm not dead. And then vanishes again, hasn't been seen since. It's a fucking ghost.
See, I never knew the part where he didn't show up ever again. I don't think.
Well, that's
You never
because when I
reported
told
that.
you that, it was like the day I saw him, and like there's no reason for me to come in and be like, you know, that dude has not come back.
You've told this story to other people, though. I haven't heard you mention.
Yeah, he's
And
never
he
been
was
back.
never seen again.
Ghost. He's going to haunt the library that will be on top of Rick's Comic City's ashes. Old Rick's Comic City.
Yeah, it sounded like the place went out of business. We didn't go out of business.
No, they're still there. I don't know if you know this. They're still there. It's a good shop. I don't know which one I like better. Which one do you like better as a man on the inside?
I like the one we got going on right now.
Yeah.
Although Rick keeps filling it with shit that we don't have room for, but you know.
What is he thinking?
He's on vacation now, so we can kick it all out.
Moneybags Rick.
Moneybags Rick.
Going on vacations. How old's his kid? Like 25 now?
His oldest one,
36?
I think it's like 19, maybe 20. I don't know how old Rachel is.
Years go by. What are you going to do?
Killed him.
I mean, I'm glad you said it, because I've been wanting that motherfucker's neck for a while.
You got your kids. They're next. Nobody graduates again until Ariella.
Arabella?
Uh-huh. Fuck.
Yeah, it's alright.
I really tried.
It's not like it's been years. 9.
I've never met this girl. Is she the oldest?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, see, so she's going to be the next one to graduate. Then you got to kill her.
Yeah. Good luck. I'm surprised one of them hasn't taken me out already. Sometimes I think Bane might. He's got a drinking problem. I don't know. You got to play Apex more. I know it's not your speed, but it's good for your health. Get the blood pumping.
Right now, I'll be giving you something to do while the Xbox Live account is down and I can't play PUBG.
See, that's one of the downfalls of Xbox. You don't need that for PlayStation. PlayStation is just like, here, do your thing.
I suppose.
Is that a bomb? I swear I
heard it too.
Yeah. All right, well.
It was a ghost.
The inevitable happened. Somebody's finally destroying us. Or at least they'll think.
Well,
Going through Daredevil again.
All right.
Season 1, because Marissa hasn't seen any of it, so it's just like, it's fun watching it for the first time with somebody who hasn't seen any of it.
Nice.
Because it's like knowing what happens in like Defenders and shit, like seeing Madame Gao. It's just like, wow, her story takes a turn.
Madame Gao's pretty badass.
And seeing like Nobu in season 1 and just knowing about him, it's like, man. And then Stick makes his brief appearance. It's just like, wow, he gets so much more important. And Black Sky, because that's the one we watched last night. She's like, what is all this? I'm like, you'll see.
Not Punisher.
Yeah.
I just started watching season 3 of Preacher.
How's that one?
It's good.
Yeah. When does Watchmen start?
I don't care. It doesn't look good to me.
No, it looks interesting.
I'm not at all interested in Watchmen.
Really?
Nosferatu starts tomorrow, though, and I'm very interested in that.
What's that on?
AMC.
Nosferatu. They're doing a whole story of that.
Well, it's based off of
The movie?
Joe Hill's book.
I don't know who Joe Hill. Jonah Hill.
Joe Hill. It's Stephen King's son.
Oh. Stephen King.
It's about like a girl that can.
This guy did Goosebumps,
She
right?
can like create like a wooden cover bridge to take her from one point to another.
Yeah, Wraith.
Like
in
teleporting.
Apex. Yeah.
Yeah, or Blink from X-Men.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's bad now.
Mutant and proud.
And like this like vampire named Manx who like kidnaps kids and takes them to Christmas Land.
What?
Yeah, this is true.
Manx and Christmas Land.
Yeah, Manx is Christmas Land.
Oh boy. Was this the same day you saw The Mermaid? You came up with this idea?
I don't want to talk about the Mermaid.
Manx and Chris, you and your acid. When was the last time you did that? Yesterday?
No, it was a few weeks ago.
Noe alive?
Yeah.
Okay. Just haven't seen him on Instagram or anything lately.
He's around.
Good. Gotta up the dosage.
Well.
Yeah, I know you got things to do and people to see. What are you guys doing?
I don't know.
Ah.
Playing video games.
Oh, okay. Sweet. 3 weeks in a row, fool.
Are y'all happy?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
BJ, enjoy it, man, while you can. Because I've taken a look into the future, and man, it gets bleak for you.
I've seen the future, and it will be. I've seen the future, and it works.
Talk nerdy to me. The Nazis of podcasting.
Wow. The Marvel Nazis of podcasting.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
Damn. And it means so much more over there because, like...
Oh, they might actually get offended.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. They're an ocean away. I don't give a shit.
Like, bombs actually went off around their area.
Nah. Only one of them. Only Gaz was alive at the time.
Because he's a vampire?
He's something immortal. Total immortal.
Total immortal?
He's a total immortal.
I'm going to use the Offspring cover of that song.
I like the Offspring cover too.
It'd probably be better.
Yeah.
I love the Offspring, but goddamn.
You don't cover a song by a peer. You
Well,
cover a song by somebody who preceded you.
I
Really.
don't agree with that assessment entirely, but
Whatever.
they just did a bad job on it.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. And they're not a creepy band too, and those are kind of creepy lyrics.
Oh, they've had a couple of creepy songs.
Pretty fly for a white guy, you're right. Scared the shit out of me.
Dirty Magic.
Blitzkrieg Bop.
That is the Ramones.
No, it's Offspring. God Save the Queen.
You can tell it's the Ramones because it sucks.
Wow, did you just say that?
I will.
So that's not the book you're reading on the couch.
That's Britney's book.
Why do you hate punk rock?
I love punk rock. I just don't like the Ramones.
How do you not like you don't like being happy, apparently. That's my problem with people who don't like pop punk. What's wrong with pop punk? It's the happiest music on earth.
The Offspring is pop punk.
Yeah, but there are still poor bands of the genre. They're one of them.
I just don't like Blink 182.
Ugh. Let's end the episode. I don't want to do this anymore.
Good night, everybody. Check us out at Nerd Cult Underground on Instagram.
Yeah, and Off-Brand FM on Instagram. You gotta make all yours one of them.
Like you have room to talk.
I have one. I have Leal Legacy and then Rev J Leal. That's it.
That sounds like more than one.
Across the platforms, though. That's what I'm saying. You need one across the platforms. You need to be.
I do too much stuff.
Take a vacation.
I need a vacation. Good night, everybody.